and there will never be.
So, there is not any unit called SARS or operating like SARS in Rivers State. So the question is it the unit, the practices of these hearing officers that needs to be changed? Because the unit has been changed, it's been disbanded, but Port Harcourt people are obviously not making these things up. Things are happening. Complaints keep coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'd like to ask you to turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. If you didn't see it or hear it, please do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. Do not make inciting statements. The numbers to call 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. You can send us a message on our social media platforms at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Once again, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on Twitter.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Well, we have Elijah on the line, and Elijah is speaking to us from Ogbogoro this morning. Let's get to say hello to Elijah. Elijah, good morning to you, please, and thank you for joining us.
Okay. Yeah, please. You are talking about Ogbogoro, about the marriage card. Just come to Ogbogoro now. Now, they are operating right before him now.
What are they doing? What are the policemen doing?
They are just stopping when they see the car. They will stop them. Any boys, they will keep passing the boys. Then put some inside their vehicle. That's what they are doing now.
But Elijah, you do know that the police has the right to carry out stop and search for security reasons. You would call and say police are not doing their work, but they're actually doing their work. They're actually stopping and searching to make sure people are not carrying drugs. They're not carrying arms. Hello.
The issue is
okay.
The way they arrive the people.
Okay, that's the problem.
That is,
all right, that's the problem. So it's the way. It's not the unit now. It's the practice. Godswill is speaking to us from Ogruta. Godswill, good morning to you, please. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude. It's a pleasure hearing from you.
Please, thank you for calling. Thank you, please. Good morning.
Thank you. Please, on the quick one, let me first and foremost welcome the new CPA of Rivers State, particularly with the approach of trying to stem the tide against crime and other heinous activity in the state. But I must have to say that it should be more constructive in disinformation management. Rushing to the radio to tell the people of Rivers State that there is nothing like anti-robbery squad and all that. The activities of the present-day anti-robbery squad, or whatever name or inclination they decide to give it as a nomenclature, did not change the fact that there has been so much humiliation against the youth of Rivers State and those doing business in Rivers State. The way at which young people are humiliated is so annoying. It will interest you to know that even most of those who are victims of these things are totally innocent. And I'm not saying that they are not using it to try to checkmate the SSC. But when they know that the person they are doing or treating wrongly is not the person to do so, why not allow this person go? Why treat people so inhumanly? Most often, you even think that these people are criminal. So I want to ask him to go back to the drawing board and ensure that those who are carrying the name of the operative to humiliate people in Rivers State and its environs in the name of the force or Nigerian police or so, they should restrain. A task force in that section should be put in place to checkmate these excesses. It is an abuse of inalienable right of people to move around. I sincerely regret most of the activities I see, and I wish I could stand one day against it. But you see, I am armless. Most of persons youth are very vulnerable because these people are armed with sophisticated weapons, guns. They search you and do a lot of things. I wouldn't want to bore us with this morning. Yeah, but I want to appreciate the radio station, Nigeria Info, for hanging on these issues. And we pray that the CP will listen, and the governor, Simbala Ifubara, should also turn on a WhatsApp group that will be made public so that people can log in most of the video clips and all that, and probably some information for him to actually get it. He was right when he said that Rivers people have been humiliated by the Nigerian police, and we will not take it. Police is no longer our friend. Police are the enemy before us.
Jerry in Odili Road. Jerry, good morning to you, please. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak. Let me start with my one police station. Those people there, I think they are the ones carrying out anti-cultism practices. Because to me, I will agree with the police, is it AP or IG, that the anti-robbery squad has been dissolved, but the practices are very much on. Because there was a day before that I was coming from town and I was stopped, and then these people asked me,
okay,
me that I've never taken tramadol in my life since I was born. These people are saying that they found tramadol on me. My God, I could not believe it.
Did they show you? Did they show you any proof? Did they say, "Oh, we saw it on you"? Was that the accusation?
They were just saying, "Hey, how can I be working with tramadol in my pocket and this?" And I was saying, "Okay, let me see the tramadol you are talking about." I said, "Let me just see." You know, the one is talking to me, the other one is just landing me at my back. I can't small boy like me be working with tramadol. I was like,
Jerry,
okay, will you people allow me to talk?
Jerry.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Did you actually carry anything that you're not meant to carry?
I did not. Like I said, I have never in my life taken tramadol before.
So you should report. That's the thing. You should report. I'm happy you are saying it's not the SARS or whatever, but it's the way they are carrying out the activities. So did you make a formal report, Jerry?
Yes, I went to the police station to make statement.
Okay.
And then when I got there, they said that how do I call it? The writer, the person that's supposed to take my statement is not on duty. I should come back today to come and make statement. Okay. And then I've already received the slap and everything. I just decided that I will go today. I will make sure I make the statement.
Please do, Jerry. Oshaga is in GRA, and I want to get to hear from Oshaga before we go on a break. Go on, please.
Hello, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning, please. Thank you for your patience. We have just about a minute, please.
Let me quickly say this because of time. They may have changed the name and the nomenclature, but those guys have doubled their evil efforts. They harass people, plant drugs on young men. They don't waste time to handcuff young babes and guys and demand between 50 to 300,000.
Wow.
Their magazines are double to up to 4. They operate within 10, 20 minutes and they change location. It is very true. They might have changed the name, but the same operations of SARS is still what is going on. I did state both, the others can call in. They know about 80-90% of the kidnap incidents in this town, in this state. They are heavily involved. They are out there to make money. They use private vehicles. Says they think about their fuel and how to pay the vehicles and proceed. They cover their number. No form of identification whatsoever. The people are being harassed, and I've seen young men being handcuffed, and they swore just like the last speaker. There are people that are very clean. And you go plant drugs in his car. Oh, this is what I found on him. He start talking, you hit him with the butt of the gun and start beating him. They are like 5 or
That's worrying. We'll be back after this break, please.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.
More time.
as it were, relate with this conversation. This morning, we're talking about complaints about the police. And once again, let me reiterate, this is not a bash session. This is not a bashing session. But it is a place where we are trying to find out if it's really the presence of a unit or it is the practices that seem to be the problem. Which of them do you think needs to be changed? SARS has been changed. Remember, there'll be one or two units here in Port Harcourt that have come under scrutiny in the past. If you remember a few years ago, some of those traders who were arrested and unfortunately one lost his life. Remember that period? Okay, good. Now, it's 2023. We have a new CP here in Port Harcourt. And he has said that, look, there is no SARS. Let me read the report one more time. That the Commissioner of Police, CP Munyi Emeka, said it is not true that the disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, is still active in the state. This is after the River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, last week drew the attention of the Commissioner of Police on the activities of some police officers who still operate in the state under the guise of SARS. Now, at the media briefing, CP Emeka said he has directed the CP monitoring team and the CPX squad to investigate and monitor the activities of police officers in the state. He also urged the public to report the activities of erring officers. Emphasis on report, please.
I want to use this opportunity to draw the attention of the public of the River State Command that has been drawn to social media reports of the operation of a special anti-robbery squad in the state. It does not exist. It only exists on the imagination of those who think they can be or they can achieve any purpose by virtue of blackmail. Since the Inspector General of Police announced the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Nigerian Police Force, the team was disbanded. In line with the directives and operatives of the units were redeployed to other police formation. There is currently no team by the name Special Anti-Robbery Squad in River State, and there will never be.
All right, so there's no SARS in River State, no Special Anti-Robbery Squad in River State. None. It's done. However, since the unit is not there, that means it's the practice. Let's get to hear from you this morning. The unit, or is it the practices that needs to be changed? As always, please do well. Turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it, didn't hear it. Please do not make mention of it. That means do not make mention of unsubstantiated or unverified claims. And please do not make inciting statements.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. It's where you find us on Facebook and on Twitter. 92.3, hello Port Harcourt. Good morning to you, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Charles. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome.
Jude.
Yes, please.
Please, I disagree with the commissioner of police concerning his statement. Hello?
I'm listening to you, Charles.
On Sunday, I went to Iwofi to collect Gary from my mother.
Okay.
Jude, I collected this Gary was in a sack bag. And after that, Iwofi, I was saying to other judge, I saw this Sienna drove and blocked the bus. They asked everybody to come down. And he said, my man called me, my friend, who are you? I said, I'm Charles. He said, what do I have in that bag? I said, it's Gary. He said, Jude, before me and these police people, he did his hand inside this bag. He was searching everywhere, putting the Gary, passive the Gary. I said, and that is just Gary. So the passengers in the vehicle, they were murmuring. After some time, they now asked me to enter the motor. Yesterday, Tuesday, around 9, I carried my sister's handbag around station bus of here. Station. So I hold a handbag while my sister was buying something at the supermarket. And the same this, I'm not saying I didn't drove. I was, my friend, who are you? I say, sir, I'm Charles. What do you have in that bag? I said, it's my sister's handbag. And they asked me to come. So as I was approaching them, my sister now ran and come, drag the bag from me. I asked, what is the problem? What is the problem? That was how they dropped the motor and went away. So they're still in the river state. People are still patrolling with this Sienna. So let him check well.
Okay, well, they have a right to carry out stop and searches, right? But the question is how it's done. Peter is speaking to us from Iwofe. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
The issue is that they just removed SARS. They still operate the same way. I was driving down from Iwofe towards Wempe. As soon as I crossed the bridge towards Wempe, I saw white pillars, no plate number, nothing was written on it. Guy on black and black with gun, black jeans, black shirt. They put on something like bulletproof, no, not bulletproof, it's like jacket. They design like bulletproof jacket, all of them. Hatching boys. In this case, no name tag, nothing. Is that police, army, or SPAC? We can't identify. So this thing the police commissioner is doing is not saying the right thing. So they still operate exactly like SARS. They may not be SARS. Okay. But they operate exactly nothing different.
Okay, so it's not SARS, but it's the practice, the way they are moving. That's the worry for you.
Yes.
Ida in Nkoro. Good morning to you, Ida.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, thank you very much, please.
Those people are SARS members. If they say SARS is not operating, let them use their normal van, the police van, so that we know they are police. So that you see Sienna, make them not in that Sienna. You know that kind of motors. And when you see somebody, you want to harass the person, start the person's wallet, you want to do all sorts of things, using machete, you see axe and everything inside their motor. Then when you tell them you're not so person, they say, why do you get this mark? So somebody cannot stop somebody. Maybe you have that injury from small. They will do all sorts of things, collect your money. So then they will take it to PS to go and collect money. That is the way SARS is behaving. So SARS is still in River State. Let the commissioner of police just look there finished. If you want to go out as a police, use a police van. Then when you see somebody tag the person, if you don't find anything for the person, you need the person to go. There are 6 staff members and everything. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. So once again, let me play that excerpt once again, so that if you just join us, you can understand the gist. All right. We'll do that. Let's get to hear from this person. 90.3. Good morning, please.
Yeah. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Tony, calling from Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Tony.
Yeah. If you watch comments from Choba to Asif to Emoa to Lily, you see that as soon as you cross the bridge in Choba Bridge, you will see between Choba Bridge to that Hawari Junction, you see more than 8 police checking points. So what is really happening there? Well, it is after the Emoa local government council, very free. Until you get up to Rumuji, that's where it's not a checking point. Okay. What are they doing in that, between that Obakere Junction and Choba Bridge, that the old policemen are there on that road? They cannot split themselves when they have kidnapping issues.
Yeah, but Tony, that's the thing. Maybe they've received information that you are not privy to. A lot of people, speak sentimentally, and I can understand. A lot of people have had bad experiences, but you don't know how the police operate. You don't know how they are meant to, as it were, circumvent some of these crimes that are being committed. And sometimes clustering is the best way to, as it were, apprehend people. I have sat in a vehicle where there was somebody who was carrying something illegally in the vehicle. I've shared this story with us. If they did not stop and search, none of us would have known. Charles is speaking to us from Eneka. Charles, good morning to you, please.
Hello, Mr. Jude. Good morning.
Good morning, please.
How are you doing?
Well, I trust you're well as well.
Okay, I just tuned into your FM now, and I happen to hear the program for today. Yeah, I want to actually share what really happened to my in-law yesterday. He actually is a boat driver. He carried a client.
Okay.
Towards the Bikure axis. I think they are staff men. because they are dressed in their uniform and everything.
But yet, Charles, the
yes.
CP has said there's no SARS. The unit SARS has been dismantled, right? So there's no unit called SARS. But there are police officers who are meant to be on stop and search duties. They are acting in this way.
They are police officers, but they are putting on this black uniform.
Okay.
Now, they don't have any car, like where you say, okay, use a police car with a van number to identify them. They are actually on a checking point. Now, my guy drove into them. They asked him, what was your boots and everything. They searched the car and nothing. And the client he was carrying, they told them to come down. They collected their phones, searched them and everything. Nothing so incriminating. My guy told the driver, being my in-law, had to intervene. So, guys, you search this guy down. Can you allow them? Let's go. They started kind of harassing my in-law. At the time, they slapped him. Now, how did I get to know all these things? At that point in time, they stopped the car. He called me. I picked the call. So I recorded every conversation at the background. They seized his phone. Seized the client he was carrying. I recorded every conversation. At that point in time, I started calling another military person I know so that I could at least probably know where they might take them to or anything at all.
Well, but Charles, have you
insist that these guys are SARS guys operating in the commando style?
Okay, wait, Charles. I cannot disavow or tell you that it's a lie or it's an allegation. But the question I have to ask you: have you reported to the police? Because the CP is saying people should. If you don't report, and I'm sure you have internet, you've been following all the stories on Twitter. I've had some erring officers, particularly in the past 6 months in this country, have been arrested. Some have been dismissed. Some are even facing prosecution in court as we speak. But all those things will not happen if people like you, Charles, who apparently you claim you have.
Sorry to cut you.
You have information. Why don't you report?
Sorry to cut you. Sorry, please pardon me. My
problem.
Asked them, please, what is your unit? Right there and then I had at the background the officer there told his colleague, officer, please come slap this young man.
What?
And they gave him a dirty slap. I recorded everything. I had everything on my phone. Because he called me when I wanted to say hello. The background environment told me it was a danger he was into. I started recording it. I was there. I heard in the conversation. He asked them, Oga, please, what's your unit? And before he knew it, he said, you're asking me my unit. Officer, please come, give him a dirty slap. And they slapped my in-law. To what end?
Charles, I will not cast any aspersions on your comment. But the question is, now this happened just yesterday. You first and foremost, let me ask, is your in-law okay? Is he back home?
Yes.
Okay.
After the whole thing, I want to make this one confidential because the client he carried acted like he was fainting, and quickly they told him to carry the guy off to that place. That's why I called. At the time I was calling it, like I wasn't even picking. But to sum it all, he was okay. He was fine. Okay. They allowed them to go.
Fine. So now that this has happened, and you claim you have recordings, can you, Charles, convince your in-law to go and report? Until proper reports are made, we will not stop, hearing these things. You have to make a report.
And the funniest part, now, if you make a report, their names are not on the uniform. You try asking them their unit. There's no unit. True. They don't have a car that is branded their operation number or their unit or whatsoever to identify them. That is the point.
But Charles, you see, the thing about the police is that there's a record of certain groups that move around. All right, and so if a certain group fits that description and they are seen move around, they can be traced. At least that's the way it was explained to us. You need to make formal complaints. Stephen in Amadiama. Good morning to you, Stephen.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Yeah, my name is Stephen. I want to collaborate what that man just said. Can you hear me?
Yes, go on, please. We're listening to you, please. A million plus people are listening to you right now.
Most often, right?
Yeah.
So on the 12th of this month, I picked up some guys on somewhere around Italy Road, and I took them to GRA. Actually, were both guys. So when we got to the location, I dropped them off, and the other person called and said their vehicle was bad. So I went around GRA Market Square to pick them. So on my way taking them back to where I was supposed to drop them, this guy, I think they are still just the same description that this other man gave. That was the same description. They were wearing black upon black, with it's fine. I don't know how to describe it on it. And they were carrying guns, and each of them were carrying like 5 magazines.
Wow.
They double-crossed us. They asked me to park. So immediately I parked, I was like, any problem? They came down with their guns and they said, like, we should not move. They told the guy in front of me that just don't touch your phone. They collected his phone. They went to the ones at the back of the car, collected their phones, and asked one of them to remain in my car with one of their colleagues. And they carried these 2 other guys into their own vehicle and started moving. And mind you, they were driving a black Honda car without any plate number. No inscription on the car. It's just a black Honda car, tinted, no number. They were not having any inscription on their clothes, like name tag, badge, or anything. They just claimed they were policemen. So we drove up to a point. They stopped. They were like, I should follow them. We drove to a point somewhere in GRA. They stopped. After much, I don't know what they were discussing. We moved again. We got to this Oluwabasanjo by this Sterling Bank there. We stopped again. After a while, we moved. On getting to Arita Estate on Abai Road,
yes,
they now stopped and asked me to transfer their belongings into their own vehicle. They now transferred their belongings into their vehicle and they drove off and they paid me. So because the other people have not paid, I had to go back and inform you that, hey, they've carried your friends, I don't know who they are, blah, blah, blah. So it was the policeman by the gate of the hotel that told us they said they are anti-cultism. Do you know that, Jude, they took these boys around Port Harcourt and took them to Bayelsa.
Bayelsa?
Yes, they took them to Bayelsa. They spent 4 good hours to 5 hours taking them around. They told me that they got to Bayelsa and they brought them back. After much negotiation, they took 550,000 from them.
What?
Yes. Because I called, I was following up on the case because the other guys at the hotel, they were trying to call the person they know. Do you know the worst part of it? These guys are not from Port Harcourt. They are young boys that are into skid shooting and what's it called?
Yeah.
Music. While they were inside the car, they were discussing business. Like I heard them discussing how people can come and advertise on their platform and make money. So it's not like they were.
But Stephen,
they were discussing business in the car. I was discussing with them before the incident happened.
Okay,
they were discussing how people could come on their platform, advertise, make money. They were just happy about it, and these guys brought into them and took them away and swindled 550. They had to start calling people to send them money.
Oh, dear.
Now these police people took away their phone, did not allow them to pick calls from anybody. So what the city is saying might be true, but they still have men in guys doing this job. See, what the city people do is you need to set up a monitoring team that would not be compromised. That's just the truth. Because anybody he asks to go and, they'll compromise. These guys are making money. 550,000, you are in the vehicle.
Oh, Stephen, thank you very much. Evans, speaking to us from Ada George. Evans, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
According to the Commissioner of Police, right?
Yes.
Commissioner of Police in Rivers State or Nigeria?
Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, please. There's no Commissioner of Police.
Okay. Commissioner of Police in Rivers State said SARS have been banned and there is no team operating as SARS. Let me ask this question. When SARS was there, how many teams were there like SARS but bearing different names? Now SARS is gone. Which of the teams have the character of SARS or that were operating like SARS but bearing different names? This is what we should know. You can't tell me that I'll move around the road now. I'll sit here now. You see somebody's leg outside with pistol or dog barrett or AK. You don't know how they
are there. Yeah, that's a good point, Evans.
So SARS is banned. SARS is gone. Who is working as SARS? SARS, all of us are in one room. We have one character, but we have different names. So now what's happening? You go under the bridge, you see a lot of persons inside with gun. All what persons are saying is what we are witnessing. Once they tell you a story of police, you should know it's not bending, it's a straight thing. So when is this thing going to end?
Events.
And you see policeman, allow me to talk. You see policeman for road this morning, stand with gun. They collect money from person where they drive keke. See, they collect from boss man where he carry persons inside. Then the one where carry cement or anything where they go side, you still stop and collect money from them. But when you hear somebody thief phone or they run, they say thief, what would you do as a policeman? You want to attack that same thief. What are you doing yourself?
All right, Evans, thank you very much. All right, a lot of messages here on Mr. Ramadan. They all seem to be reiterating the same line, and that is, whilst the CP might be correct that SARS has been banned, it's the practices, the actions that haven't changed. All right, Jude, I was so angry on Sunday. Do you know that from Slaughter to Female to Tratico I carried, stopped at 2 checkpoints and 200 and 100 naira were taken. He only went home with 100 naira. Is that not evil? That's from Annie. Okay, all right, thank you very much. I expect the CP to investigate this matter and not dismiss it as claims. Even the governor of the state has corroborated some of the complaints of the residents, Fred. Well, so it does seem like there is a real cause for concern. Thank you as always for joining us.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this.